Good morning. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wellness Wednesday on Halloween week. I hope you enjoyed last week's video about mindful eating and revoking your Clean Plate club membership. And if you are just stumbling on my page, my name is Donna. I'm a mom, a nana, a girlfriend, a runner, jazzerciser, line dancer, a grad school student studying for my Master of Science in Clinical Mental Health Counseling. And today, I'm wearing a mask. In any case, I started Wellness Wednesday because my lifelong journey with anxiety and depression has taught me a lot. And I have also learned that peer wisdom is really important and that we learn a lot when we share our experiences with each other. So if you're here, let me know you're here. Feel free to comment, ask questions. Facebook doesn't always show me all of the things. So definitely don't think I'm ignoring you if I fail to answer or respond. It's just because I didn't see it, and I will definitely respond after I'm done. For those that have been following me for a while, just a reminder, all of my episodes are now on YouTube, on my YouTube channel. The link is in my Facebook profile. I will drop it in the comments later. And you can see all the videos there at your leisure. So speaking of videos, usually for Halloween, the last 2 years, I've done Halloween safety videos. And those are awesome. And now that everything's on YouTube, I can drop the links to those videos in the comments later on today so that you can check them out. There was some really good information in there. Some things you may already know. Some things you probably do already know. And some things you may not have ever known. Anyway, some great stuff in there. I'll drop those links in the comments later. But for this week, you can only do Halloween safety so many times, right? So for this week, it seemed like a great time to talk about masks. And this started because my daughter reached out to me and she's like, "Did you tell stories when you were a kid?" And I'm like, "Oh boy, did I." My grandson sometimes tells stories. And a lot of times they're more imaginative than factual. He's 9. You know how kids are. They just sprinkle a little bit of extra on the truth, especially if they think it's going to make them sound cooler. They're trying to fit in. They're trying to figure out their place in this world. They're trying to make friends. So it's absolutely not abnormal at all. And honestly, it's kind of cute that at that age. But here's the thing is that a lot of us didn't ever really grow out of that. And we just swapped the toy swords and the superhero capes for something a little more subtle. So some of us took one mask off and put on some others. Just like that. So it seems like this dovetails with a lot of the things that I have been seeing on Facebook, on social media, about how Halloween decorations, costumes, all those things used to be a lot more cute, or at least a more balanced mix of cute and scary, where a lot of that is now just mostly scary. And since it's Halloween, let's be honest, pretending isn't just for kids. We all wear masks. We've got the I've Got It All Together mask, the Nothing Ever Bothers Me mask, and of course the best-selling I'm Fine mask, which I've used a lot this week. This must be the I'm Fine mask. Whew, you can tell I haven't worn one in a while. So somewhere along the way, pretending got a little darker, and so did the masks that we wear daily. So let's talk about why this could be healthy or haunting. And sorry if I'm messing with this a little bit much. Like I said, not used to having things in my face and don't always do real well with that. So pretending is okay sometimes. We've talked about this before in terms of affirmations and self-talk. We can wear the I can do this mask even if we're not sure we can. And we do it to trick our brains into learning, growing, and building confidence. All right, y'all. The mask part was fun, but that's got to come off. Woo! That one felt like it was going to become part of my eyes. All right, here I am. So we can wear the I can do this mask even if we're not sure we can, to trick our brains into learning, growing, and building confidence. By speaking life into it, so to speak. And here's a little nerd fact for you. Psychology backs this up with the term cognitive dissonance. which is our brain trying to fix when our actions don't match our beliefs. So this has been presented in a lot of different ways over time. Not just in terms of our brain trying to fix when our actions don't match our beliefs, but you can sometimes hear a smack of this when we talk about putting things out in the universe, manifesting, praying for things as if they've already happened. There's a lot of the same concept here, which is that when we're pretending in a healthy manner, we are we're faking it till we make it, right? We're convincing ourselves. I know not everybody loves that phrase. I'm also one of those people, but essentially that's the truth. We can say it and put it out there until we start believing it. And those are the healthy kind of masks. So you can tell yourself you can't, and your brain starts gathering the concept behind cognitive dissonance is when you tell yourself you can't do something, your brain starts gathering evidence to support that. Or you tell yourself that it's going to be a bad day before you even get out the door because of the certain day of the year it is. Your brain starts gathering evidence to support that. So whether it's, we've talked about the red car effect before too, whether it's a red car, whether it's bad things that just happen on this day every year, whatever, if you tell yourself that's what's going to happen, your brain will gather evidence to prove it. However, if you tell yourself you can do something or that it's going to be a great day, y'all look out, because your brain will also gather evidence to support that. So your brain is going to feed on whatever you tell it, and it's going to go search for more information to prove that to be true. Okay? So that's what we would call healthy pretending. And it's honestly, it's kind of faith-based. I think, therefore I am, even though I don't have proof of it yet. So it's kind of faith-based. You have to believe in something that you don't necessarily believe in. And one of my favorite things to talk about is the girl who, as a joke, started a daily TikTok or reel or something, telling herself that she was beautiful because she didn't think she was. And everybody kept saying that if you tell yourself you are, you will feel beautiful. And so she started a daily video as a joke, to prove them wrong. And what she did was she proved them right. And by the time she got done, she changed her point of view about herself because she kept saying that she was beautiful. So I think that really speaks to that healthy pretending side and that faith-based, I think, therefore I am, even though I don't have proof yet. We have to believe in something we don't see, we can't see, and we start by telling ourselves that that is the truth. So that's why I push so hard on negative self-talk, and positive affirmations and things like that, because I do believe that we respond to whatever we feed our brains. So when we're in that negative thought loop, where we're constantly talking about all the things that we do wrong. I've been there this week. Let me tell you, this term, the class I'm in is really, it's really poking at me on many different levels. And I have had a couple of moments this week where I was near meltdown, and I'm not cut out for this. I don't know what I think I'm doing. It's been a little bit ugly this week. So I have to keep telling myself something that is true, because I already have evidences of it, which is that my instincts are really good in this department. And so if I'm going to spend my time stressing and overthinking it, I need to spend my time stressing and overthinking about how I'm going to articulate what I already inherently know, because that's where I have to back it up with scientific facts, supporting evidence, and all of that. So that's what I need to worry about, instead of worrying about that I'm not cut out for this just because I don't understand how to articulate what I already know. My instincts. So again, I cannot stress this enough. Healthy pretending is essentially faith-based in that you have to believe it enough to say it, and then eventually your brain catches up. And when it does catch up, just the lid blows off. It's amazing. But you have to practice. It's growth. We have to tell ourselves the things that are true about ourselves, not the things that we perceive about ourselves, to move forward. So you can use the healthy pretending affirmation, I can do this confidence mask, and that helps you speak life into that. But there's another kind of mask, and that's the haunting kind of mask, where pretending becomes hiding, smiles hide burnout, and we find ourselves saying it's fine because it's easier than explaining, or because we don't want to be a burden to somebody, right? So healthy pretending, or healthy masks, hey John, healthy masks build bridges, haunting masks build walls. Sometimes walls serve a purpose. They serve a survival skill. They keep us protected when we feel like we need it. But when it comes to our wellness, those masks don't usually work for very long. That's just the truth of the matter. There are also the masks that we put on for other people, the ones that don't fit quite right, the ones that pinch sometimes, that smash your face in, like the one I started out wearing. And we wear them anyway because we think that's what others want to see. I wore mine to make a point today. I knew I probably wasn't going to make it through this episode with those masks on. I thought maybe it would be better after I took the top one off, but it was actually the bottom one that was a little bit tight. So the point here is that sometimes they pinch. Sometimes they don't quite fit right. Sometimes these masks really just aren't our color. But we wear them anyway because we think that's what others want to see. And we play roles that we weren't cast for. We play the perfect parent. Nobody's a perfect parent. We play the strong one. We can't always be strong. We play the peacekeeper. Sometimes we just need to let things ride out without trying to step in to fix it. We play the entertainer, and we do these things even when we're not feeling very entertaining. And we do these things for the sake of everyone else's comfort. So those masks might make everyone else feel warm and fuzzy, but they don't always let who we really are shine out. So wearing a mask for protection is one thing. Wearing one for approval, that's when the pretending really becomes more of a haunting, and we suffer the repercussions for that for a very long time afterwards. So, that's really, actually, I'm pretty short today. I'm actually surprised. But it's really important to take a look at the masks we wear. And when we get done with our fun for Halloween and our costumes and our costume parties and our trick-or-treating with the kids, and I know not everybody is a fan of participating in Halloween. I won't say celebrating Halloween because it's not really a holiday to speak of. It's not a federal holiday. It's not, you know what I mean? It is a holiday on the calendar. But most people aren't getting off work for it. They're not getting paid days off for it, things like that. So a lot of people don't choose to participate in Halloween, and that's okay, but a lot of people do. And no matter what, we always have a fun time, whether it's because we're on stage in a play, because we are, acting out a character, maybe a nativity play, or like the best Christmas pageant ever in church. We have fun putting costumes on. We have fun sometimes being somebody we're not. And that can be entertaining and that can be healthy. But when we forget to take those masks off, or we trade the fun masks for other masks to make others more comfortable, or to, just hide what's really going on, then that's when it becomes unhealthy, and that's when it becomes haunting. So just remember that pretending can be healthy when it helps you to take a step forward in a positive way. But it's scary and haunting when it keeps you trapped into something or someone that you think you have to be. So I would invite you to wear the costume for Halloween, or put on the mask if that's what you do, if that's how you participate. Be silly, be cute, be spooky. I would love to see more cute Halloween than spooky Halloween. Personally, the spooky stuff's cool, but I like the cute stuff. I like the funny stuff. Just don't forget to take it off afterwards. Don't forget to take it off and reveal who and what is underneath. Think Scooby-Doo. You know how at the end of the Scooby-Doo episodes, there was always a big reveal. They always pulled the mask off the monster and there was somebody they knew underneath. And I think that speaks volumes. So make sure that you're not, that if you're wearing a mask for protection, for a little bit of a survival, for a little bit of time, that's okay. But if you're wearing one for approval all the time, that's the mask we need to reconsider. That's the mask you might need to take off. So again, pretending can be healthy if it takes you a step forward in a positive way. If it's scary and it's haunting and it's keeping you trapped into something or someone that you just are not, then, or someone you think you have to be, then that's when it's time to reflect on those masks you're wearing and consider taking them off. Consider swapping them out for something that fits a little better. So again, those masks might make everyone else feel warm and fuzzy, but if they're not letting you shine, they're the wrong mask and they just don't fit. So wear the costume, put on the mask, be silly, be cute, be spooky, but don't forget to take it off and reveal the real person that's underneath, because the real you, that one is enough. That one is enough and doesn't need a mask. I promise you. So, again, not everybody participates in Halloween. I completely respect that. So however you spend Friday, October 31st, I'm personally super excited. It's on a Friday. It's going to be chilly. It's almost never chilly. I have literally seen it be really super chilly the week of, and then like the day of Halloween, it gets really warm. How are these poor kids supposed to wear these costumes around when they're sweltering? I grew up in Michigan, so we didn't have a problem with warmness a lot of the time on Halloween. We were worried about whether or not there was going to be snow on the ground. So however you spend Friday, October 31st, make it happy and safe. Remember to watch out. There's going to be people walking around everywhere, especially kids. Be extra cautious when you're out driving, especially after 5 o'clock. And just, like I said, however you participate, make it happy, make it safe, and don't forget to take the pretend masks off after Halloween is over. And remember, like I said, I'm on YouTube now, so you can find me on YouTube. I'll drop that link in the comments. I know this was a short one today, but I think it's a powerful message, and I'm not 100% sure what I'm talking about next week. But let's focus on this week's message, and I challenge you to reflect on the masks you wear and determine if they fit well, or if there's something that maybe you need to swap out or just take off entirely. However you spend Friday, have a happy Halloween. Keep it happy and safe. And if you found this helpful, please share. Bye.